News from Eureka, a website exclusive no less, and from director Wong is 1993's Future Cops, a film which I am shocked was actually made because it must be infringing on so many copyrights. It's ridiculously silly, over the top. It's taking all the characters from Street Fighter 2 and we open up into the world of 2043, where we have the good guys, we have the bad guys. The bad guys are going to travel back to 1983 to kill a judge that had caused them a whole lot of problems, and the good guys are going to travel back and kind of stop them. And we get fish out of water into a kind of high school environment. And at the start of this one, there is a joke that made me laugh way too hard for what it was, and it was basically teasing Fight Back to School 90. And now, having just watched the trilogy of those films, it just landed really well. It was kind of funny, especially when it moves into a school environment as well. It was kind of funny, and it just eased the tone for this one. Now, I loved the futuristic start to this, the special effects, the budget. It feels big, and when it moves into the high school setting, it is highly comedic. Taking these characters from Street Fighter 2 and renaming them and changing little bits about them, but it's quite obvious who they are, is a masterstroke, because it just makes things super silly from the start, and it stops you from looking at this in a kind of practical manner and just going with the flow. And it's one of those movies that is definitely easy to go with the flow with. As our characters meet a high school student, they kind of try to make him better at life. He's kind of bumbling loser, always on the wrong end of the bullies, and these guys kind of make him into the school champion. That is until the bad guys from the future join with the bully, and we kind of have these two gangs fighting off against each other. And it is one of those movies where you can kind of tell the plot and where it's going to go, but at the same time, the plot and where it's going to go doesn't really matter, because the jokes for me landed most of the time. The action I thought was really fun in a kind of silly fashion as well. It's not realistic at all, but I don't care because it's so stylized and so much fun and energetic that I just had a whale of a time going along with this one. And to see some great actors in here like Richard Ning, who has a great turn near the end. You get Andy Lau in this, you get Simon Yam, and a bunch of other familiar faces and recognisable names in this colourful video game adaptation is just marvellous. The only thing I would say that's disappointing about this movie is that it was limited, that only so many people got to get their hands on this. They got to experience the absolute craziness which is this film.
你中意花咩？好簡單啫。嘿，嗱。
Not only do we kind of have a shot at Street Fighter 2 by stealing all the characters, and there's a fun aside at the end where they're like, any resemblance to any other fictional characters is purely coincidental. Yeah, right. But we also take a turn into Super Mario Brothers at one point as well, with two of our characters. Again, silly, ridiculous, over the top, but highly entertaining. I mean, I laughed my head off at this. This is one of the better comedy films I've seen from Wong Jin. He seems to be hitting his stride here. Everything he does is golden. It looks like he's got a good budget behind it as well, as some of the set pieces are really well done. The stylization of the characters and the action set pieces and how the framing works it epitomizes like video games or kind of cool manga images. It just works. It works really well. Future Cops for me was something I was a little bit unsure about. I wasn't sure if it was a website exclusive and it wasn't going to be great or a great transfer and that, but no, the transfer's fantastic. The extras are great. It's a solid package. I just wish everybody had the chance to get their hands on this. I liked it. Let's dive into the extras and see what they have. In the disc for Future Cops, we have the film with the original Cantonese audio, with Frank Jeng and Eric Ko, with Mike Leader and Arn Venema, the special features. Super Street Culture Turbo is a documentary that runs at 20 minutes 23 seconds and is basically all about Street Fighter 2 and the impact that it had on Hong Kong. And you kind of focus on a toy maker, on someone who created events for the games, on someone who does a lot of art and street art about Street Fighter 2. It's an excellent addition to this disc. I've said before, these kind of extras are something that's tangential to the film, but enriches the film, I think. It's a great addition. And we have the Hong Kong trailer. Also included here is a 16-page booklet, Street Fighter Man by James Oliver, talking all about Wong Jin as a populist filmmaker and how he included current things that were important to pop culture into his films, things that he was a fan of himself, like Street Fighter 2. And that's the extras for Future Cops. There we have it. Future Cops. Did you pick it up? I hope you did, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Fun. I'm really happy with this one, and it's something that I will definitely watch again, and something I will definitely show people as well, because it's just one of those, fun, easy watches that's entertaining. I'd love to know your thoughts on Future Cops, so let me know in the comment box below whether you love it, hate it, fall somewhere in the middle. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com. Always in which you can support. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.